now live. So you were just telling me that you can move this thing around wherever you gotta do. You were just telling me that Syracuse Ninja Barracks. You're the owner of Syracuse Ninja Barracks.
Correct.
In Liverpool.
You got it.
Sponsored by Syracuse Ninja Barracks. You were just telling me that you originally had this in your backyard.
Yes, sir.
So, and you got kicked out because of authorities, or?
We did, yeah. We had, Department of Syracuse, City of Syracuse, rather, come down and just shut us down. He said, I really don't want to do this to you. I know you're doing something really good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the way it's zoned improperly. It's residential, not commercial.
Right.
Cease and desist. If you do it again, we'll come and take everything out and shut you down.
Right.
But you're good for now. Just make sure you don't do it again. And we were already on the hunt for a place, so
okay. That
was already in the works.
Gotcha. That's good. I mean, it sounds like they were nice about it at least.
The guy was, he didn't. You could tell he didn't want to give the news. But
yeah.
It was like, I'm sorry, I gotta do this.
Yeah, it's like don't shoot the messenger, right?
It's horrible, man. And then I called and I'm like, what the heck is this all about? Because he was just the guy, basically, like you said, he was the messenger. And
right.
I called the head of the people. I'm like, listen, is there any way we can make this work?
Yeah.
And they're like, you can sign the petition. You can have people, you can go around your neighbors, and it would have taken so much time, and it was only something that could be done in, operable maybe 2 seasons out of the year.
Okay.
So, winter really wouldn't work too well. Spring, same thing around here. Spring doesn't pop off until April.
Yeah.
May-ish sometimes. So.
Right.
But yeah, we had a optimal use in the building we're in now, and I taught it out of a gymnastics center before that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Started a program up in both places, and.
Very cool. Is the one in the gymnastics center still going on?
So that was CNY Gym Center.
Okay.
I was there for a while, 3 years. Initiated a program there.
Okay.
Started Ninja there. Personal trained at Trillium Sport and Fitness.
Okay, I've heard of that.
They're down on Erie Boulevard, but I did personal training there, but also started kid birthday parties in Ninja Warrior. I incorporated there, so I built a bunch of obstacles, brought them in, kind of got them, into it, and they still actually do birthday parties for Ninja Warriors. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Can you actually just pull this up a little closer?
Yeah.
I mean, you can move it. You can still sit there and shit. I just wanted to pick it up. But all right, that's interesting. So, I think of like the big inflatable bounce houses. That's like the kids' version of Ninja Warrior.
For sure.
And you were like, well, I'm an adult and I still want to do this shit. So.
Yeah, it's it's a safe way of doing it now. You think of like the original show. So Suski was the original Japanese version of Ninja Warrior.
Suski?
It was called Sasuke, and that is the original that was watched on G4. Everybody watched it. It does American Ninja Warrior now.
Really?
Before it was even implemented in American Ninja Warrior in America.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that.
Before that, everybody thought it was out, and they're like, "Oh, isn't that like Wipeout? That show Wipeout?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yes.
G4. Everybody's watching it." It ended up being on national television, and kind of was like, "Oh, this is cool to watch people fail," and had commentators.
Right.
So it was kind of along the lines of an obstacle course.
Right.
But it wasn't like the technical, intricate kind of things where you need the training, you need the endurance.
It's more of a sport now.
It is. It's very much so. It's very alive and kicking.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do in the National Ninja League. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense because people like Wipeouts. They like people seeing like people fail, of course, right?
Yeah, the fails.
But like you mentioned, Ninja Warrior is way more intricate than that, and it's less about people failing and more about people overcoming those things.
Yeah, I mean, we learn through our failures. I tell it to the kids all the time. Like, I'll fail 1,000 times. I can't tell you how many flips I do per week, and to get it perfected so that I can land on my feet without using my hands or getting my body in the right position. So
right.
I learn through those, and a lot of the times I'm recording myself so I can see what I'm doing wrong to be able to fix it.
Hey, your Instagram's sick.
Thanks.
I love it. I mean, I don't follow a ton of Ninja Warrior people, of course.
Yeah, I try to keep my circles small and really just like build the community and build it strong.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing pretty good so far. I've been doing it since 2015.
Okay. That's when you had it in your backyard?
That's when we started out. First obstacle was a salmon ladder made from a 4x4 and some 2x4s as the rungs to
of
go
course
up, and a steel bar from Lowe's. It was just like, I really like that obstacle. I want to do it. Let's put this thing up.
That's sick. Interesting. So were you Did you have any interest in? You said you were a personal trainer before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So more just like standard personal training. Or...
Yeah, that was more like calisthenics. I was actually working with a lot of people. So Trillium Sport and Fitness was a great spot. They supplied the clients for you. They had a really good client base, but I met a lot of interesting people there, man. People that needed help, needed motivation, needed encouragement, needed a good workout.
Yeah.
I worked with all sorts of different people. Some people that had issues, some people that were healthy. So it gave me a time to really like be versatile with my workouts and write my own workouts for people.
Right.
And it kind of set the trademark for it. And it kind of made me realize like I need to do this for myself too, you know, because I don't write a plan when I work out. I'll just go in and I'll throw my body around a little bit. Now I do, obviously. But before it was just like, okay, you know, do a couple pull-ups here. I feel okay. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been naturally like athletic.
Right.
So it kind of came natural to me, ninja, when I first started. So.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be naturally athletic to be in that sport.
A little bit, I would say, man.
Oh, a little bit?
There's a lot going on there.
I mean, just generally, I would consider myself athletic. I played a lot of sports growing up and that kind of thing, and I did pretty well at them. But as far as, I mean, I'm in the gym, and I do a lot of pull-ups, but I don't do any muscle-ups. I don't do any advanced calisthenics.
Sure.
I think it takes another level of explosiveness, I would say.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is correlated with how athletic you are. Like you go to is it Combine? The Combine. NFL Combine.
Yep. Oh, dude, I would love to go there.
Yeah.
I talked to my brother about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I would. If I could get an invite, I would go in a heartbeat.
It's incredible. I mean, it's measuring a lot of like baseline things like sprint speed, jump height, but they say jump height, like you can only train so much. Like you have a certain amount of fast twitch fibers in your muscles versus the slower twitch, I guess.
Yep. Very true.
And that's like genetically you either have it or you don't.
Yep.
In a kind of way, like, you know, if you want to be in the NBA but you're 5'4", then
It's
good
a
luck,
good
man.
chance
Like
you're not, unless you're like Spud Webb or
right?
Dee Brown or something.
It's just anomalies. But yeah, I feel like you definitely have to have a certain athleticism to really excel in that. So it's interesting. So you were in personal training before.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. I think I should be fine. Have you always been interested in like the body and movement, and like were you in parkour before or anything like that? Or
I really didn't do too much parkour. I did trampolines, just jumped around on them, frogged around. Always snowboarded. I actually learned how to flip on a snowboard before I flipped anywhere else.
Okay.
Rodeos, misty flips, method airs, just doing like those kind of tweaks and movements in the air.
Right.
I snowboarded since I was, I think 9 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing it a while. I'm 36, so.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've got pretty good experience with that, and really good on the legs, and it's a great workout too. So it really built me up. I had a good foundation. Always skateboarded, skated.
So you did the sideways things a lot.
Oh yeah, man.
You wakeboard.
Oh, whatever. Anything I can get on. I get
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
I
kind of just comes, like I said, naturally. I hop on it and it happens. I don't know.
See, it's funny because I think snowboarding, skateboarding, and wakeboarding, like you're sideways. Like I water ski, I downhill ski. I grew up playing a lot of hockey. I skate also. I can do straight forward things. Sideways, like we have a wakeboard, and I don't use it much. I just go for the water skis now because I like doing that. I'm better at it.
Those are a blast.
It's incredible. But when I would have the wakeboard, I'd be holding on, and my body would just slowly drift like this, and then I'd face plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I didn't train it enough, admittedly, but I don't know. I have an appreciation for the sideways oriented things like that.
They're tricky, man. I think a lot of it had to do with me skateboarding first before I actually strapped into a snowboard.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, that's like you said, that sideways orientation and having one foot a little angle to the front or one angle to the back a little bit so you're open.
Yeah.
That allows you to move and, turn a little bit easier.
Right. Okay.
If your feet are just kind of, here and here, you're not going to see better, you're going to see different results if you move your feet around quite a bit.
You're more rigid.
Yeah.
With all your joints and things, I imagine.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier, especially if you're turning, if you're heel side, for instance, if I'm goofy, which means riding with your left foot. Right?
Okay.
I would typically, be heavy in the heels if I was coming back a little bit.
Okay.
Right? And some people that's why you catch a toe edge, or on your wakeboard you felt like you were falling over instantly when you turn to that side. So you kind of have to like own the board versus it owning you, and push into that side on your toes or your heels or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Almost like a rafter. Think of like a boat.
Okay.
You know, one controls, one controls in the rear, one controls in the front.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And that goes with a skateboard too. That's why you see those guys, they can just slide around so easy.
Yeah.
And that's literally what
unreal.
it is. Yeah.
There's I see a kid on Instagram, Jackson something. I think his name's Jackson. He's 11 years old, and he just did like a photo shoot with Nike or something. Like, he's some crazy skateboarder out of Syracuse.
That's incredible, man.
But he's like 11 years old. He doesn't just skateboard either. I see videos on his Instagram page of him like in California doing all these crazy hills on the longboards. Like, it's wild to watch.
I've actually never been on a longboard. They look fun. Yeah, I mean, I have one, but it's an old school one, man. It's beat up. I've never actually lived in a place to actually ride it.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a cool experience.
Yeah, I bet.
They're really like easygoing. The wheels are really big, so you can get some nice turns and kind of flow through them. So
that makes sense. Yeah, it looks like fun. I don't know. I need to be straight on. I think I don't have that gene. I don't have the sideways gene.
Well, keep at it, man. You'd be surprised if you keep trying it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like back to you said with like the muscle ups. You said you couldn't get a muscle up. Well, I think there's a thing out there for you, man, and it helped me get it, and it helped me get a lot of the calisthenic moves that I thought I'd never get. The band system, I'm pretty sure you've seen them before. The resistant bands.
Yeah, on your feet to help you get up.
Put it around the bar. Put them on your feet. It's just like a pull-up assisted machine.
Yeah.
You are using your body weight still, and then you can go down in bands as you get stronger.
Right.
And just keep the repetitions high.
Yeah.
And you're just building the muscle and burning the fat.
Right. Progression like anything else.
Yeah, and I got my explosiveness because of that. Like, my muscle ups are strict form now because of that.
Yeah.
Like, I had no clue how to do a muscle up before. Took a calisthenic workshop in 2016-17.
Okay.
And got introduced to Kenneth Gazzaro. So he's the owner of and founder of the World Calisthenics Organization.
Okay.
Based out of California. Great guys. But anyway, they I don't know. That's where I got my certification through. It's just a very good strict form type program that just shows you step by step how to get where you want to go in the calisthenic world.
That makes sense.
And just really unlocking your body's full potential. So.
Right. I was in the gym with my fiance last week, and somebody was on the assistant pull machine that she usually uses at our gym. And I was like, here, just grab a band, and like, just like you were saying, just do the pulls with the band. Like, I don't know how much the resistance is, because, you put it on the plates, but you also don't have the free range of motion. But I got up on the band to show her how to do it, because we had done it a long time ago, and she let the band snap and hit herself. It was bad. It was bad.
I've had that happen, man.
She had a little PTSD. But so I got on and I showed her, like, if you angle your feet and like keep it like a crux like this and the band up the middle, like, you'll be fine.
Yep.
And I was on there and I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, I just felt like I was playing around, you know?
Absolutely. You don't even realize you're doing anything on it until you're like, okay, you can. And again, you can do more reps. You can do like 40 reps on it.
Yeah.
But you're building the muscle up. That's slow twitch.
Right.
It's all about the slow twitch.
Makes sense. I want to do a muscle up. I should try. So can you do like a slow motion muscle up, like one of those guys that's just?
I can go like, slow. It's very hard. I have to kip a little bit, which means knees to bar a little bit.
Okay.
A strict form, strict bar muscle up, I still have not gotten, but I've gotten pretty close where I've not brought my knees,
to like help you momentum up.
And again, that's kind of like a kip up, like a gymnastic motion. But man, it's a heck of a thing. Once you get it though, your body understands that muscle memory takes over, and you're just like, okay, I know I need to go down. You dip down real low, let your shoulders sink down, pull all the way through, hands over the top of the bar, reverse dip, push through. Right. And it just clicks.
Interesting.
It takes time. It took me some time to get that one.
Yeah.
And I write a list every year of things that I want to get.
Yeah.
Like fitness goals, travel goals, adventure plays, like where I want to, like, there's just always a list for every year.
Gotta have a goal system. Yeah. It's so important.
Absolutely, man.
It's so funny how you mentioned earlier that it's such a metaphor for life. like you fail all the time, but you got to keep going. You got if you want to get it, like you're gonna keep failing if you want it that bad.
With anything.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna get that with reading, philosophy, literature, science,
100%.
math, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. And a lot of it, what we do is physics. It's
Mm-hmm.
math. It's percentages. It's probability. It's it's a lot more than just throwing yourself around up there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just kind of think, oh, well, he's good at it, but I worked hard to get that way and to do it methodically and to do it the correct way without hurting myself.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've had bad falls before, man. Like,
I can imagine.
I've failed pretty hard.
Have you, like, broken anything? Or
I've luckily, the only thing I've actually done, I broke my, I don't know what it was, either my knuckle, the capsule in here.
Okay.
But I was doing like a Kong. And this was years ago, over a block. And I missed the block, and it hit. Right, and jammed my fingers and just so I got all this residual in here.
Oh no.
And it was bad. And I mean, you can kind of see it's not straight.
Yeah.
It's not,
Oh yeah, I see.
You know what I mean? You can kind of see the orientation too. There's pain here, and it goes all the way up my arm. It's something I have to deal with now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it affect you now?
Oh yeah,
really?
Very painful, and it doesn't add. I separated my shoulder in snowboarding in 2008.
Sounds about right.
It's gonna happen.
It's another dangerous sport, man.
These are the things you look at.
People die every year hitting trees.
They do. This was an ice block. I avoided my girlfriend at the time. I went around her to the left. She was just caught up in something, and I tried to move around her, and I kind of like got her out of the crap that she was in. I kind of pushed her away, and as I did that, I went off the side. I was like, repeat.
Okay.
I went off the side of it, and I mean, they just cut they shaved everything down and cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's blocks of ice over the edge. And I just hit one of these blocks with my shoulder and broke it in half. It was like the size of a recycling bin.
Oh man.
The thing's broke in half. I hit it. I came up onto the side of the mountain, and my buddy, blood curdling scream I let out. He heard me over his his headphones. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I think I broke my shoulder. He's like, oh my God. And he's like, you want help? I'm like, nope. And I just kind of, I snowboarded down the rest of the mountain. It was right near the top, too. I snowboarded down. I held it. Got down to the end. The guy puts me in a butterfly sling, and I've never passed out. That was the only time I ever passed out. I'm like, dude, I'm going to go down. I'm going down. And he's starting to put me in the sling, and I'm like, I'm going. That's it.
It's over.
And I was like,
good night.
And fell over. Woke up. I had oxygen on.
Oh my God.
They pulled the car around. They brought me to Kraus. No surgery. I separated my AC.
While you were going down, were you like, take me across?
It was no. I was still. Thank God.
I just think those billboards crack me up. Sorry.
Take me to Kraus.
Like, I'm having a stroke. Take me to Kraus. Like, what? You're having a stroke. You're not saying take me to Kraus. Like,
you're
come on.
You're probably like unable to say anything. Barely like hanging on to get the person that's taking care of you. Yeah.
A friend of mine told me him and his wife have a joke where he goes, I ate too many chicken wings. Take me to Kraus. Like, it's just
nice.
They'll just drop it every once in a while. I think it's hilarious. It's the funniest campaign. That's crazy though. Oh my gosh, it's such a dangerous sport.
Yeah.
It's so much fun though.
It's
so much fun going down that mountain.
Just
such a thrill.
Just to hear nothing.
Yeah.
You hear nature. You hear the snow falling. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best things.
It makes me want to backpack and do downhill backpack.
For sure.
And I mean, I have a friend who's up in Vermont. She lives in Burlington. And she like skins up and skis down, and it just seems so nice.
Lucky. That's a good area.
It's beautiful.
South Burlington's one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
For skiing or snowboarding?
To adventure, to hike.
Okay.
Everything.
Do you go there in the summer ever?
Yeah, I take the ferry over, so it ends up going like literally right south of it. I think like 20 miles, and then you drive up.
Gotcha.
Great area though. The parks are super clean. They actually care about their like environment and people, and
beautiful.
They're really conscious about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I wish people around here were a little bit more conscious about their environment.
It's crazy.
It drives me nuts.
My uncle lives down in Alabama, and I was down there with my family about a year ago now. About exactly a year ago. I went down in March, and they like don't recycle like at all. And I know we don't have the best recycling system, of course, but we have one.
Texas doesn't either, man.
Crazy.
They throw away everything.
It's
water
crazy.
bottles right in the trash. I'm like,
what are you
where
doing?
does this go?
What are you doing?
What is happening right now? Like, how hard is it to have another bin, put it in there, and then let it go to a recycling center?
Yeah.
Like,
And I get you need the infrastructure of the recycling centers
True.
and all that, but we have it up here. Like, there's no reason you can't have it down there.
No doubt.
And I don't know, it's crazy just to see, I don't know, like the Pacific garbage mat, how all that garbage accumulates in the Pacific Ocean. It's just like,
we're killing ourselves here. We're not killing ourselves now. What we're doing is, if we have children and they have children, it's gonna hurt. Bloodlines way back, or way down the line.
We're smoking cigarettes right now, just taking another one out of the pack, going, we're all right now.
No big deal. No big deal.
Just one more puff. Come on.
I mean, I've literally gone.
It's terrible.
Sad but true, man.
Yeah.
I've literally seen people throw Burger King bags and stuff out of their windows, and I've been at a red light where I've got out of the car, put it back out of the car, and put it in their car.
Yeah?
I don't deal with that lightly.
Love that.
I care about my world, and I care about my people here and my community. If I see that crap, I'll call you out on it. I'll be like, listen, man, pick your crap up.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? You live here? I don't know who taught you that, but that's not right.
No,
put it in the
all.
trash, and they'll look at me like I'm freaking crazy, but I'm like, guess what?
This is my kids' world they're living in too. You don't have the right to ruin it.
That's right.
And obviously it's more than just, one thing you throw on the ground, but it's just a habit. And you build that bad habit and it gets worse and worse and worse. And
I've had that instilled since I was a kid, man. You do not throw trash out where it belongs.
Yeah.
And some people don't know and they were never taught. So I understand that to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Some point you have to evolve. And learn and grow,
gosh. It's just part of being a responsible
growing
human.
Yeah,
let's leave things better than we found them.
Please.
It's pretty basic principle.
I mean, we can go out to the Joshua Tree. That's a perfect example. What are people thinking? You're destroying history.
It's nuts.
And national piece of preserved piece of land.
Right. You hate to see it, but
horrible.
I don't know. The great thing about the internet and podcasts and everything is we can have these discussions and push the ideas out. And
this is good.
Yeah, it is so good there. Because I don't know.
Take care of your planet.
I know, seriously. You've only got one. It's nuts. It's so short-sighted. It drives me crazy. It's like,
I think because people know that they're not going to be alive forever. Some people that's why they don't care, because they're like, it doesn't affect me now. I don't care. That's it.
Yeah.
And they're one-track minded, and they're okay with that.
That's just sad. But
it is sad.
But do they have kids? Do they have friends and family that have kids?
Probably. There's a good chance.
Do they legitimately don't care, or are they just not thinking about it? Are they just blind?
Be just
you know what I mean?
Or blind of the idea.
I would like to think that if everyone actually considered what they're doing and thought about it, that people generally are good enough to understand what's going on and what they're doing in order to understand, okay, I shouldn't throw this shit out the window because
Absolutely.
This is not good.
Sure.
But people just don't think about it. People want, that cigarette.
I've seen it. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be fine.
I've had one where this is no joke, man. It's God's honest truth. I picked the trash. I got out of the car. I threw the freaking thing back in the car. The guy looked at me like he was gonna do something, and I'm like, number one, you don't know. I'm like, you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm freaking trained, man. I'll wreck you. Number one. Number two, don't do it.
Yeah.
He has the nerve. He looks at me, makes eye contact with me, and then throws it back out the window.
Really?
Yeah. Light turned green. I waited for it. I grabbed the bag and I put it in my car. I threw it out in the trash can.
Yeah.
People drive me nuts, man.
It's crazy.
And that was spite. That was just pure 100% spite.
Oh, yeah.
There was nothing else to make him throw that out the window.
No. He just wanted to be an asshole.
Very much so.
Like a power trip kind of thing. It's what are you doing?
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Great, you can, but why?
Yeah. No, it's stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
My brother's really good at that. Anytime he sees trash, he picks it up. I'm not as good as I should be, but
I try to do my best. You can't do everything. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that are going to be going around picking up everything.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna, if it happens to blow by me like a plastic bag or a cup or
instead of stepping over it.
Yeah, why step over it? The trash can's 5 feet from me, or 10 feet, or maybe even 20 feet.
Seriously.
Throw it out. Big deal.
Do
if someone
thing.
sees that observation right there, I used to work at Bristol Myers Squibb, for 7 years.
Okay.
But one of the biggest things there was see something, say something.
Okay.
Right, and that comes kind of along the same lines. If you see something take action on it at
right.
least. Not actually say something, but do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, and a small thing goes a long way if someone does see it. So.
Yeah, be the change you wish to see.
Absolutely.
Truer words.
Yeah.
So you just had a competition in Buffalo.
I did.
How'd it go?
Pretty good, man. So we had 5 of our students run out there, 2 adults, and then actually 6 total. 4 kids, 2 adults.
Okay.
And 3 of us took podium. All of us took third place in our age division. So
congrats.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. I like when that happens.
That's sick.
One of our kids has been really fighting to get on the podium itself.
Okay.
And it's a battle. Like, these kids are freaking strong.
I bet. Oh, it's an athletic pursuit, just like anything else.
He was holding first down for the whole comp. The last 4 runners, there was 2 males that were just, they're strong. They're, like, top in the world.
Yeah.
They knocked him down to third, and he was, like, so bummed. But overall, like, he held it together.
Good.
He maintained. He was humble about it. He got a little sad, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But he shook it off, went out to Redemption, had a good time, took home his trophy. Like, he did good. I was very proud of him.
It'll drive him to be better.
Yeah, absolutely. And every week this kid comes in, man, he came from being sporadic and just uncontrollable and couldn't focus to helping me reset obstacles now. Like, teaching other kids, coaching them, encouraging them along the side of me, like walking down. I don't even ask him to do it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, so, maybe you inspired him to do that.
I did. I think I did, and I really, really appreciate that. Like, that's why I started this whole deal, man.
That's incredible. For
that to, like, happen in front of me, it just makes my heart melt and makes me happy.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. That's awesome. Speaking of setting obstacles and that kind of thing, like, where do all the ideas for obstacles come from? Like,
there's a mix of things out there. There's the show,
right.
There's DGS, which is a equipment company.
Okay.
Works with Drew Dreschel. I don't know if you've known him, but he's like the real life ninja. He is the American Ninja Warrior. He won last season.
He's the Conor McGregor of
he
sport.
Won it, man. He won $1 million. He made the rope climb. The only other guy to do that was Isaac Caldero and Jeff Britton, who's the original American Ninja Warrior who originally got up the rope climb.
Okay.
Only 3 people have done it in 12 seasons. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did that in season 7. I started in season 8. Inspired the crap out of me, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can do that.
Good. Now you're inspiring other people.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
You gotta keep it going.
Yeah. That's cool. So how does one even get on the show? I don't understand how does it work?
It's very political.
Okay. Shocker. Like anything, right?
Anything else. Also, it's your presence. Obviously, they check your social media. They want to know what's going on with it. They want to know your business name if you have one. They want to know if your Instagram, if you have one, what you do, how you train. Big one is, though, your story. You got to have a story, which separates the sport to reality TV. So what people see on TV, right, is reality TV.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it's based in. It's the category that Ninja Warrior is in.
Okay.
Like, why is that in there?
Yeah.
These people are athletes.
Yeah.
But it's a reality TV show. They base it on a story. People have something, physically wrong with them, abnormalities, or cancer, or a family member that passed away, or some crazy thing that they put in their submission video that got the rating to
drew a little extra attention.
They want it. They want that attention. That's what they're looking for.
Interesting.
So it's based on your story. It's based on your athletic ability, and not 100%. Like, if it was based on athletic ability, I would have been on there.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about that?
I'm humble about it.
Yeah.
I hold my head high in hopes that I will get on the show someday. I've been on 6 of their courses. I've got full course runs in 3 different cities.
Okay. You completed the...
So I'm a course tester.
Okay.
So there's testers and there's obviously competitors. If you don't get picked, there's a very small circle of people that I kind of reached out to in the company Adine, who runs the basically hires all the people to go onto the show.
Okay.
They have a whole crew that goes to each city, right? And they go out and they say, okay, we need 100 people to come test these obstacles. So we test them to make sure that they're not too easy or not too hard.
Okay.
Or if there's something wrong with it. So we go through the course before anybody else does. Once you do that, you can't compete for that season.
Right.
So that's what I've done since season 8.
Okay.
I started in Philly, went to Cleveland, went back to Philly, went to Vegas, went to Vegas again, Cincinnati, Seattle.
Damn.
I've been all over the place,
That's
man.
sweet.
Got full course runs in Philadelphia. Like, if I was on the show, I got to the 5th obstacle in like 50 seconds or so.
Really?
Like, I busted through it. It was great.
Damn.
So if I ever do get that opportunity, I will be gracious for it. I will honor it with open arms and crush it and show them everything that they've been missing out on.
Yeah.
You know? And it's going to be a great day. And if I don't get it, that's what the National Ninja League is for. That's that competition that we just went to.
Okay.
That's the sport of Ninja Warrior.
Oh.
What Ninja is.
Right.
What Ninja Warrior is. Yes, you see the reality TV show and all the kids and all the parents and all the families out there and millions of people. They see that and they're like, they don't know the sport of Ninja Warrior.
That's the business of Ninja Warrior, it sounds like.
Shit, you got it, man. That is it. What we do outside of there, and what I train people in my gym, and what people train elsewhere in every other gym in the world,
Yeah.
in our Ninja Warrior gyms around the whole U.S., that is the sport.
Right.
That shows people, okay, we're putting in 5 days a week.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours at a time, or whatever it is. You know, you can only come in twice a week, and that's fine.
Sure.
You'll have a blast with it. Some people use it for fun, but that's the sport. You know?
Right.
And man, it gets frustrating at times, but also I know I use this as a learning tool again.
Yeah.
I don't have good patience. This is my time to learn
Hey,
patience.
there you go, man.
So.
So, wow, it seems like that kind of stinks that the show's not just a level of, you know, based on athleticism alone. Like, and of course, I mean, well, it seems like, if I had to guess, the problem is they need the ratings to be able to get the funding to keep the show going.
For
so
sure.
in order to get the ratings, they need to have the story with the cancer or whatever, even if it's not the best athlete in the world, like it's going to get more attention. And now that you are telling me this, it's reminding me of watching the show, and before everyone runs, they go through like the little video clips of their backstory and all this stuff, and that's
what they do.
Yeah.
I have good friends on there, man. Like one of my good friends, Anthony Erdley, he's had a great story, but he's a freaking stellar athlete. This dude is a track star. He can jump, he can flip, he flies through the air, he's very confident.
Yeah.
And he had everything, like, and they picked him, and he went to Vegas, and you know, like that's
okay.
He earned that, and he deserved it, and I'm so proud and happy to run alongside of that guy.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's other people that maybe shouldn't be on the show.
Right.
They had a killer story. They got on, and that's you know, I find that kind of disheartening for people that are training so hard to get on there.
Yeah.
You know, and I tried, like I said, and again, take this with all open arms.
Yeah,
It's,
of course.
Like I said, reality TV and sport, you have to kind of differentiate the two and know that, okay, if I don't get picked, don't take it to heart.
Yeah.
Know that you are an athlete. Know that you train hard and you're proud and strong. So it's hard to suck it up at the end of the day. I've had 5 seasons of this, man. You know, it's like...
But at the same time, you must feel like, knowing that, all of that, you must feel like, all right, on some level, like, I don't need these people. Like, I'm doing my thing. Yeah. I'm in the actual Ninja League, and that's more the competency of the sport-based, just competition, I guess.
It's the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
in knowing that, like, okay, it would make me think, like, all right, well, I guess if I get on this show because they decide they like my story or whatever, like I already know I'm good enough to be on it. I've tested the course, like all this stuff. And I would guess probably other people who test the course probably feel similarly.
I'm not the only one here, man. I can tell you that right now. I know like all these guys pretty much on a personal level.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole United States. Like, from Connecticut all the way over to Sam San, who is one of the OG guys that's been doing this a long time. Like I really know them, like, and I understand it now, and like it's just there's a lot of us out there, man. We're very, I shouldn't say there's a lot of us. It's just we're all very tight,
right?
You know, we compete against each other, but we're also we have that camaraderie. Like we're always there for each other. We back each other. We give each other ideas. You asked where the obstacles come earlier. We bounce each other's ideas off often, and you'll see like one gym will create something, another gym will be like, hey, I want to make a variation of that. And you'll see another version of it. So it kind of just, we stem off of each other, and it really helps build the community. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's well, because you're not going against these people, you're going against the clock, against the obstacle.
It's you on the obstacle course.
Yeah.
I tell that to, and we've had an issue in class with this, but some kids get very competitive.
Of course.
And that's okay. It's sports, and that's what it is.
Naturally.
But you have to remember, like, regardless of your time, you're trying to clear that course. That's your finisher. That's your competitor.
Mm-hmm.
That course is your competitor, not that person that's running behind you.
Yeah.
Because he's on your team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it also builds a really good character.
Yes.
For these kids. For kids that don't have that type of, you know, poise.
Mm-hmm.
It gives them something. It's a niche training, and it also gives them just that little peace of mind. Like, okay, I have to... Wait, I'm not going against this person. Okay.
Yeah.
And it just, it takes that factor out of it.
Right.
It's great.
It goes back to that metaphor for life type of
beautiful,
mentality.
man. It really is.
It's important. I feel like everyone needs to have something like that growing up. That's why, they say, if you're busy, you stay out of trouble or whatever. Ooh, I forget what the saying is.
I know what you're talking about.
But like, if you have idle time, you're gonna get in trouble.
For sure. when you're just sitting there like, what can I do?
Yeah.
You can probably find yourself getting in trouble.
I imagine. So how does the actual Ninja League, it's the Ninja League?
National Ninja League.
National Ninja League. How does that whole thing work? Like,
so seasons start. They have a rec league.
Okay.
For people that aren't up to speed with the competitive side of it, and kind of gets them up to speed to go into the National Ninja League. It's still National Ninja League. It's just recreational.
Right.
The National Ninja League is you get points per top 10. So you get 10 points if you come in first, 9. It goes all the way down till 10. Then you don't get any points after that.
Okay.
But you duke it out, man, like all the way through the season.
That's cool.
And you come across these athletes like I ran in Brooklyn, Brooklyn Zoo in Brooklyn, New York.
Nice.
And
that must have been fun.
Oh yeah.
Is it outdoors?
No, it's indoors.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at the Brooklyn Zoo. It's a very infamous parkour and Ninja Warrior gym.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome there, man. It's huge.
I'll have to check it out just to be a spectator.
Yeah. But like going there, I was racing against one of the top people from the show, and like I told him, I went like this to him, meaning I'm gonna move on this course, and he took that. He goes and just looks at me and smiles, and I did the same thing. So like just like that there,
yeah,
that like gave him that energy. Like we worked off of each other,
yeah,
to push harder, to go faster.
100%.
You know, and he ended up beating me by like 5 seconds. And it didn't matter. We both had smiles. We both came up, slapped hands. We stood on the podium together. Like, we were so happy.
Yeah.
You can't get that anywhere else.
No.
You cannot get that in football. You're not going to see... Those guys are fighting over each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yelling. Parents at football games, youth games, like CYO games.
That stuff is hilarious.
Dude, they are crazy.
Hilarious.
Crazy. My son should be playing this. You can't do that in Ninja Warrior. That ain't happening.
No.
These parents are just as humble as we are, and they appreciate it, and they know it, and they see it. Until you've actually been to a competition,
yeah,
it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
This is real. Like, somebody's not just talking about it. Like, wow, these parents are really cheering on that other kid that's running. You don't see that anywhere else.
No. Man. Because it's not their kid that's losing to the other kid they're cheering for.
Right.
It's not their ego that's taking the hit, right?
That's
like
right.
It's so funny to me. I mean, I grew up playing team sports. I played hockey,
Same.
I played football and whatever, and you see the best of parents in those kinds of settings. Oh my gosh, that stuff is hilarious. But it's kind of sad in a way. But it's funny how anything like running or powerlifting or anything where it's you against the thing and not you against somebody else.
It's just a different ballgame.
Yeah, you have way more of that camaraderie.
Yeah.
And I would think that, I mean, I grew up playing a lot of hockey, and I took a lot of life lessons from playing hockey.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw a lot of that crap, and not only from parents but kids on my team, from coaches. And I would definitely say there's a value there, but there's a different aspect of it for sure when you're not going directly against somebody else like that.
Yeah, it's incredible, man.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to be a part of it and just keep boosting it and building it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop until my knees give out.
Good, man.
Until they don't move anymore.
You're not just dreaming of retirement.
No way, not a chance. I'm creating my retirement right now.
Exactly.
Hopefully I have a business to hand over to my kids and they can run it and keep working it. Because I guarantee, man, we'll have our gym before that TV show runs out on TV.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee that.
I believe you.
I mean, the community's huge, and that's what fuels people to keep doing it. It's not because they're watching it on TV and be like, oh, I'm doing this in my backyard.
Yeah.
It's cool that people do that, but that's not going to keep it going.
No.
What we're doing, all these gyms, that's what's keeping it rocking.
It's the culture.
Absolutely.
Not just a show.
If anything, they should be giving us more props. They should be acknowledging us for our accomplishments and thanking us. Not thanking us, but like we're fueling them, like for people to be so interested in them. Why do you think they've come up for the awards for each season? Like,
well, what they're doing is just throwing that trash out their window and not even thinking about it. They're just killing themselves. They don't realize it. Like anytime you're going just for the story and not for the longevity of the thing, and you want the ratings and the story and the money, and like it's just a quick path to nowhere. Like I wouldn't be shocked if you saw National Ninja League in the next, I don't know enough about it to say, but create a show or some kind of public, like, the PGA Tour is on television. Like there's a lot of other sports that are, one-off on, was it like ESPN3 that shows a lot of different type things, like handball and like all this different stuff. I bet you that with all this steam that this sport has, I bet you National Ninja League will have a show that overtakes Ninja Warrior.
I would love to see that, man. That would make me so happy.
Doesn't it make sense to you though? Like just based on the fact that it's a competency thing and not a like let's just sell this story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not that like you can't.
I think there's a lot of people out there that would love to be sitting in a seat right now talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. And they might be too shy or scared to say what they feel, but I'm one to say how I feel, and I think that's a good chance of what's going to happen.
You have to say how you feel.
It's a sport. You can't treat it like a joke. Like, it means more to me. Like, if I wear my heart on my sleeve with this stuff, man.
No, as you should, because you believe in it, and that's important.
I'm 100% into it, like vested, and I'm not going to die. It's just not going to go away from me. It should be in the Olympics, personally, I think. I mean, we're doing stuff that 80% of the world can't do. Yeah. Or if, they were given the chance to, we'd be up there doing it.
Yeah. Just because the Romans didn't have it back in the day doesn't mean you can't add it now.
Absolutely. We need to add it. There's some stuff in the Olympics, let's face it, that doesn't probably belong in there. And I'm not going to go ahead and throw anything out there.
Yeah.
But I think, if you looked at the categories and if you went to go see all the Olympic stuff in there, I'm sure there'd be a few that we could weed out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we could put one more athletic thing in there being Ninja Warrior.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
It's working its way there. I know a few things that are brewing outside of the National Ninja League. I know that so there's another association. It's called the UNAA. It's another league.
Okay.
But they are trying to implement it and get it into the World OCR, which is in the Olympics.
Okay.
And it's on its way. They've been talking about it, and I just wish National Ninja League would take the upper hand on that and go for it. Because I feel like their rules, their regulations, their insight, they have everything in a row. It's so good.
Right.
They really need to get it out there, and whoever they need to sell it to, like, get it to them because it needs to get going. The ball needs to get rolling.
Yeah.
People are you're not worried about it, but they want it. Like, they're hungry for it. And there's tons of people that come watch. Like, our finals are in 2 weeks, man, in North Carolina for the National Ninja League. Now, this is the biggest event that's going down. Like, this is huge. We're talking 500 kids in each age group.
Damn.
7 age groups. There's 3,500 athletes.
Wow.
From age 6 all the way up to masters, which is 40 plus. And this is in the Coliseum in Greensboro. It's in a stadium this year.
Shit.
I mean, it's huge.
Interesting.
Yeah, the spectator tickets are $35.
It's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's in Greensboro. We're driving down, our whole team.
Okay.
I mean, and this is for all the gyms. There's people flying in from. This is a world finals. Like, this is the third year that they've had world finals. We have Germany coming. We have Australia, Indonesia, Brazil. We have what is the other one they just did? Starts with a B. I can't think of it. Barbados. Yes, they'll be there as well.
Okay.
So I mean, there's
that's wild.
Athletes from all over the world going to be there. It's sick. It's on an international level.
That is sick. I didn't realize it was that big.
It's big, man.
Like, I mean, I know the show is big, but I didn't realize the
biggest year.
That's incredible.
Last year was in Hartford, Connecticut. They hosted it in the convention center there. Year before that, it was in Atlanta, Georgia. Year before that, it was held in New Jersey. And it's kind of just every year quadrupled in size.
Yeah.
And next year probably bigger.
I was gonna say, I bet it'll continue.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the show is still out there so much, and I feel like that's the reason I found out about that sport, really. And I don't think I would have known about it otherwise. Like
For sure.
I mean, I'm over in Camillus, but I didn't know about your gym in Liverpool, and like and it's something that's really cool. Like you're saying, everyone likes to watch Wipeout. Everyone likes to watch Ninja Warrior. Like it's almost like Ninja Warrior, the show, even though that's not the long term of the sport, is still selling the idea of the sport to a lot of people and getting people in your gym. Like it's not only a lot of.
We're happy about it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But at the same token, in our heads as athletes,
it's not the long term.
It's not the long term, and that's where we come to that happy, humble kind of meeting.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, we'll play nice.
We'll deal with this
but
for
we're
now.
also gonna keep building this for you, like.
Of course.
There's no reason for me not to down talk them. I have nothing negative to say about them. It's just what they choose, how they choose to portray their brand.
Right.
And that is their brand. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
But what my brand is it's what we got.
Yeah. I don't see that show lasting. Just for those reasons alone. Like because, I mean, can you imagine if there was a PGA tour that was allowed golfers in based on their story? And if they could golf, but they had to have the story.
True.
Like how do you think that exactly? Like how would that do against the actual PGA?
Probably not too well.
I don't know. Like there's something about raw competition that is just way more, I don't know, attractive, valuable. Like it brings out the best in people.
This season, people are going to be a little distraught. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Please do.
Half the regions are cut. Summer Olympics are on NBC. That takes precedence over whatever, which means cutting into Ninja Warrior's time. So casting is going on right now. They're calling out calls for Los Angeles Universal. It always starts there.
Just the fact that it's casting and not competing to get in is
casted.
crazy.
It's casted. You're casting for a part. It's what it is.
What is this, an actor's role? Like,
it's what it is.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's cool. I mean, when you're filling out the application, it's literally like you're applying for a movie. Like, I do small A&D casting stuff around here for the movies that film around here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. My girlfriend, she does it more than I do. I have yet to be picked. I'm like dying over here to get on. But yeah, like that type of thing. Like your height, your eye color. Like they want to know everything.
Yeah.
Your pant size. What's your favorite thing to do on Sunday? Like they want to know everything. It's the same kind of application, but yeah, it's just weird how they do it, man. It just stinks.
Yeah, and it's not the long term.
No,
all you got to do is focus on the National Ninja League.
Focused on our students, the community, building the program, building the community within everyone so they know it, they're aware of it, they understand it, and just getting it out there.
That's what matters in the long term. Yeah. It's so much more powerful.
Yep.
Interesting. So you mentioned was it the UNAA?
Yes. So we'll go back to that. That's the Ultimate Ninja Athlete Association.
Okay.
This kind of came a year after National Ninja League, or I'm not quite sure on it. I know it came after or around the same time.
Okay.
It's a little different rules and regulations. So with National Ninja League, it's the furthest, fastest. You fall, you're out.
Okay.
Basically, if on the show, it's the same thing. You fall in the water, you're out.
Right.
They kept it that same guideline with National Ninja League. UNAA, you get a mulligan. Point based. You get points for each obstacle.
Interesting.
You gather points as you go. So you could fail the first obstacle and clear the rest of them and still win the competition.
Huh.
Where in National Ninja League, sorry, you fell, you're out.
Yeah.
And but I like that because it's, I don't know, it's true to what was originally made. And that's how Suzuki is. Like if you look that up.
Yeah.
Like they're very technical on the obstacles. Like you have to hit each piece. Drew Dreshel got DQ'd because he skipped one of the blocks and didn't touch his foot on one of them. He was making an extra move. Shouldn't be DQ'd for it, but that's their rules. Like, they're very strict with the rules.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that though. Like use the obstacle as it's intended.
Of course.
Some people skip stuff, and it happened this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. People find little glitches where you can instead of swinging here to there, let's swing right to here.
Right.
And cut all that time and all that energy and save all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So that's what I was thinking when you mentioned the UNAA. Like if you if for whatever reason, the first obstacle was your worst one, you could like really just say, screw it. I'm not even gonna waste my energy trying, and I'm gonna save my energy for the things I can actually do, because that's gonna get me the best score.
Right.
That seems a little disingenuous.
Yeah, I don't really like it that much. Typically, the first obstacle is usually like pretty easy anyway. It's not meant to take you out. It's just meant to warm you up and get you going.
Right.
Get the heart rate going. Get the cardio working.
Yeah.
Get the blood flowing. Yeah. Obstacle 2 kind of tests your balance a little bit, maybe agility. 3, some kind of swinging, or I build courses all the time, so I like switching it up, and I like hitting every single piece of the body, like from doing a plank walk across a wall, the body prop, to coming down right into into a swinging obstacle, into a balance obstacle. And like those 3 moves right there, going into a balance after you've done those 2 things, breathing heavy, like trying to control your balance, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. That's like how we set it up, and that's how I train my kids, so they're prepared for that.
That makes sense, because that's like the entire course is more of a unit versus the UNAA. It sounds like it's more of just looking at individual obstacles and can you do this thing, like not in a vacuum, but more or less like it's more about the individual thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of leagues out there. UNAA and National Ninja League, NNL, which is that's what I just called for short.
NNL.
They're
okay.
Not, those are the 2 big ones.
Okay.
There's AWG, which is Athlete Warrior Games, run by one of the ninjas, Tyler Yamaguchi.
Okay.
There's FINA, which just started. There's another. I think there's 1 or 2 more that I don't know the names on, but I know there's a couple other smaller leagues that people try to start, and it's like those are gonna fizzle out. I don't know if they're gonna make it, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. They're doing it. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to build it, and that's fine. But the professionalism is gonna come from these 2 guys, the UNA and NNL.
Right.
They're really pushing really hard. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just it's. If they've got it figured out, like the only reason one of those other smaller ones would work or would gain steam is if there was some gaping hole in NNL that necessitated the birth of something else.
Yes.
Kind of like the show, right?
For sure. Dude, like you saying it, like National Ninja League might be its own show. There's a great chance that might happen, man.
I'd be shocked if it doesn't at some point, just because I feel like for the same reason, like I said, the PGA thing. Like I just think the raw competitive element to it is just the most important thing. And as soon as you make that not the focus, you're sacrificing your product. You're short selling. I don't know. That just seems like what makes sense to me. But so, how many athletes are in NNL?
Can I look at my phone?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cool.
No, you get the tension if you're on your phone.
No. So let's see. Let's go to National Ninja here. Look at that. That's the first thing it pulls up.
That's a dope shirt, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man.
What does that say? Syracuse Ninja Barracks.
Ninja Barracks. It's one of our students' moms made it for us. It's it's got be proud, be fierce, be ninja on the back.
Ooh, I like that.
It's our slogan / motto. So let's see.
The line is unreal.
Yeah, that's the be proud, be fierce part.
I like it.
Lions are loyal, filled with pride. All right, let's see. Where are we? Standings. I'm a happy man today, man. I'm ranked 19th out of and then this is the number I'm trying to get for you right now. I think
That's insane.
It's pretty sick, man. I've worked so hard to get there.
And that you're 19th in the world.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm this is the list right here, so these are the top. I'm tied for 19th right there.
That is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, these are all guys that run the show: Najee Richardson, Joe Moravsky, David Wright, D'Amico, Joe Capo, Meisner, Hall, Dylan, Chase, Judas. Like I told you, that guy he's number 1. And I came in second. We battle it out. These guys, any given time, anybody can go down on anything.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's sick. So let's see here how many people are actually, and this is just males.
So this is, I mean,
just out of all the males, these are, I think there's 500. It's
oh wow,
500 males.
That's a lot.
And then the female, same thing. I think there's like 430 females.
Now, how does one get on that list? Like, because I mean, it's essentially like the professional league, right? I mean, like it's the PGA of the sport.
It is, definitely.
So
100% agree with
how does somebody get on? Is the tour, or what would you call it? PGA's tour.
You can literally sign yourself up.
Okay.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
It's a matter of getting through it is the next point. Like it's very they're challenging courses,
right?
You know, and they set it up that way. The rules are 10 to 20 obstacles in a course. Can't have any less than 10.
Okay.
You have to have 2 balance obstacles. Everything else can be swinging, jumping, linking, any kind of those obstacles.
Okay.
But yeah, anybody can sign up.
Interesting.
You pay the fee and you travel to wherever they are. The qualifiers come out in the beginning of the year. They usually start around August.
Okay.
The first one usually gets done internationally. They do a huge Barbados throwdown, which it's kind of like a getaway.
Yeah.
It's in May. It's really cool.
That sounds sick.
The finals are actually giving away the one for this year. If you win, you get an all expense paid trip to go there.
Ooh.
Like full on everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm trying to. I mean, I want a little piece of that. So
yeah, of course. Of course.
Nice little getaway in May. And then Barbados, I've never been there. But that like kicks it off. It's a really cool international event. They do it outdoors. It's a really, really cool course. It's all like wood and like sand.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's cool. It's got a good vibe.
You probably got to train for that a little differently than or...
it's not that bad,
no?
honestly. You know, the American, we train hard, man.
Yeah.
I have to say the skill set is the hardest here. Right behind us, Australia is like neck and neck with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. Germany in third, Brazil coming right behind.
Okay.
Yeah, they all kind of fall in line after that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you have to go to one of these qualifying events and do so well.
You have to come in top 3.
Top 3. And then you get on that.
And then you qualify for the finals that we're going to in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So if the top 3 are already qualified, it bumps down to the next 3 will qualify.
Huh. So not everybody on the list is going to the... Okay.
Maybe like the top 300, 250.
Okay.
Some people squeaked in there and qualified. You can qualify through RNL, which is the Rec Ninja League.
Okay.
For NNL. And I don't know the rules on those because I've never ran it before, but they allow like the finals and X amount of people qualify for, which is kind of weird, but I mean, they worked really hard through that whole season. I think they give like 5 different spots, so like the most points or something to qualify them for the National Ninja League finals.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like the... I don't want
to
call them losers, but like the loser bracket of like you can still get in.
It's still it's a beginner's starting platform for Ninja.
Right.
That kind of helps people get into it.
Yeah.
That don't understand it or want to get more involved in it. And the courses are easier.
Okay.
You know.
I didn't mean to undermine. I'm just making analogies here.
All good. Listen, it happens, man. So yeah, it's just a very a basic run through. The holds are gymnastic rings versus like a 5-inch beast ball that you'd be hanging on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a lot easier. So.
Yeah, some of those things look insane.
We got some pretty cool holds at our gym, man.
Yeah, and like I don't know, just looking at your Instagram is like holy shit. Like.
I do a lot more flipping and tricking and stuff.
Yeah.
That's my thing. My heart is with Ninja Warrior, no doubt. I love obstacle training. I love course design and challenging kids, but. My heart and my training, I like challenging myself with things that push the limit with me. Like a very small percentage of people do flipping and tricking off walls and like different stuff that really pushes your body.
Right.
Obstacles do that, but only to a certain extent. Like I feel like I plateaued a little bit sometimes and until I get around these crazies when I go to like the finals and then I'm like, all right, I'm back in it now. Let's go. But parkour and free running does that for me.
Okay.
Like I do a lot of that outside, man. Once the weather breaks, oh my god, the world is your playground.
Yeah.
Like, look at all the variations and height differentials and like different things you can jump off of and flip off of and move and that's why we practice inside a safe place. So when I go outside, I know exactly how my feet are gonna feel, where I land, how I step.
Yep.
It all makes sense, and people are like, "You're risking your life." No, I'm not. I trained really hard to be able to stomp that and land in front of you and say.
Take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, without risking my life.
Exactly.
That's why snowboarders do jumps off those huge things into foam pits, like in pools.
You're
it's
learning.
The same thing.
You're learning,
Like, can you imagine if you were just trying shit? Like,
just huck it.
Just it's like, hey, I'll meet you at the hospital.
I mean, that was me back in the day before there was Ninja Warrior. It was just me swinging through ropes on trees and building tree forts and swinging literally from branch to branch, what they call now a lache.
Okay.
Like, we've been doing this stuff for years.
Yeah.
Now it's implemented in a TV show and training and a sport, and I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was my calling a long time ago, and I'm thankful for it.
It's wicked cool.
Yeah.
It's just, as somebody who, just thinking about muscle ups like you were talking about earlier, I just have such an appreciation for being able to control your body in such a way that's so profound, like so, profound. And like, I don't know, I have some friends I have one friend in particular who I played hockey with in college, and I played club hockey at Oswego.
Oh, nice.
And he was a super athlete. Like, he was best kid on the team by far. Like, he borderline could have been on the D3 team.
Sick.
He's very good, and he's very into like parkour and doing cliff jumping and like just doing. He does like he'll run off the side of a cliff and then like do a backflip off a wall like as a cliff jump. Like, yeah, he does a bunch of different stuff like that. He's very much a thrill seeker, and he's just a super athlete. That's so cool. It's just like,
I appreciate that stuff, man.
It's
Not
so
everybody
cool.
can do it, but it's one of those things that just happens, and you're just like, wow, how did he do that?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's like I saw somewhere that parkour, somebody described it as like efficiency of movement.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I thought that was beautifully put.
I think that's literally the definition of parkour and free running is
is it?
The most efficient way from point A to point B.
Oh, okay. That's probably why I saw that.
Yeah, it's or the most versatile and quick way to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Right? So that you could run through it fast, or you could do it in a very stylish, unique way.
True.
Flashy per se, but you can add a bunch of little things. Parkour is technical, but there's a lot of little small tricks that look cool that are pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That make it look like, whoa, that's awesome. I want to do that.
You're the magician.
Some of it is. Some of it. Now, don't get me wrong. No
of
doubt
course.
in my mind it's very hard. But there's some things like, just like a flash kick or like a side vault with like a little leg shimmy that just makes like it just look a little bit better.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit flashy.
Yeah. Something comes to mind, and this is totally off topic, irrelevant. Well, not irrelevant, but I saw somewhere somebody explained that when you see drummers, like professional drummers, like twirling the drumstick in their hand, they really just have it in between two fingers and they're like just rolling it around.
It's just this.
Like,
That's all it is.
It's like, oh my god, how are they doing that with their fingers? Like, oh, they're just twirling it.
But they're doing it like it's not the easiest thing in the world, but if you practice it, you can get it down.
Yeah.
I've done it before, but not very well.
Yeah.
You can feel it when it starts going. You're like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So where do you see the future of the sport going?
Olympics, man. I want to see it in the Olympics. We shouldn't be worrying about Ninja Warrior blocking time off and shortening our regions. We should be status quo on there. Like, we need to be represented as athletes in a sport.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, man.
I
would put it any way I can get it out there. I would preach it to the high heavens, man. Anybody, like, get it out there. Spread the word. This is the bee's knees.
It is a sweet sport. I don't think it gets the credit it deserves.
It doesn't.
Is it on ESPN and stuff?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Like, they have so many obscure sports on ESPN now. I'm surprised they wouldn't. I feel like it's a matter of time.
I think we just need to keep pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
We just got to keep pushing it to them. I don't know who that is or who or what it is, but we really do need to try to get it to them.
I mean, the more times you talk about it on a podcast, the more kids you get involved in your gym, like the more you on the ground floor, the more you
just need to
build the infrastructure, like it'll happen. Like, it's just a matter of time at that point.
I hope so.
It's like, if you go to the gym and you want to do a muscle up and you keep training, like eventually you're going to get it,
happen.
It's just about putting in the work.
It was funny, man, when I got my first muscle up. I did one, then I did another one, then I did another one. I'm like, man, I'm tired. I'm going to try another one. I got another one. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Then I just kind of rested, and I was shot the whole next, 2 days.
I bet.
Fried.
I bet, man. Well, 'cause once you get the technique down and the feel of it, I imagine it's a little bit easier.
Definitely. And you work the strictness in, as you come, but like alleviating the weight a bit with bringing the knees up helps.
Yeah.
But the bands I can't talk enough about them. They got me everything. I got a strong front lever because of it.
Yeah.
Back lever, same thing. One arm front lever.
One arm.
I'm working right now. I'm working on that list I told you about.
Yeah.
I'm working on full planche. I don't know if you know what a planche is.
I do.
So
you have the bars, right?
You can do it flat ground or on parallettes or parallel bars. And you lean forward, so you're in an angled. Your hands are out to the side like this, where you're grabbing the bar. You're in an angled position over the top of your shoulders, and your legs are straight out,
parallel to the ground, right?
Feet and your body's straight out like this.
That's nuts.
It's crazy, dude. And I can get a really good tucked planche for almost 15 seconds.
Okay.
And just sit there and hang out.
Just a matter of getting the legs out then.
It's the legs out when it's a lot of hip flexion, and it's also hip flexor strength.
Okay.
And then the mobility in the hips. It's just
interesting.
A lot, man. I'm still not there.
So what do you do as far as everything you do? Like, obviously you run courses and stuff. Do you do any cross training type stuff? Like, do you do any lifting, or like mostly just calisthenics and parkour?
All calisthenics and tricking and free running. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's it.
Interesting. And what about like diet? Anything crazy going on with your diet?
So my metabolism has always been wild. I just burn it so fast.
Yeah.
So I eat a lot.
Yeah.
I do very much so pay attention to what I eat.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I eat junk food.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to.
You're not perfect. You're telling me.
I'm not perfect. No one is, man. You eat whatever. I eat jalapeno cheddar, Cheetos. I eat. There's stuff that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna have those cheat days.
Of course.
The Rock has the cheat days. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram.
I don't, but
I love that dude. I follow him. His cheat days are phenomenal. He'll be like, "All right, I got 5 chocolate chip cookies," and we're not talking about a little chocolate chip cookie. You've seen him.
I'm sure. Yeah, when
5
you're
cookies like this.
When you're a beast of a man like that.
12 sushi rolls. Dude, the guy eats.
Ooh.
I do the same thing. I pound. I went last night after the comp. 4 monstrous baos. I had Chinese.
Nice.
I got a plate of chicken with dried red pepper. I got steamed and fried dumplings.
Yeah.
I carved up.
Whole shebang, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. The body needs it. Proper food, fat, protein, carbohydrates. Those are the main things. And dispersing them properly. Some people just go hard on carbs and don't really do anything else, and that's why you don't see a result. They might not work out, and then they wonder why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Gotcha.
Our body needs everything.
Yeah. It's so interesting. The whole nutrition thing is really interesting to me, especially when it pertains to like athletes and training and stuff. Just because there's so many schools of thought around it, and there's so many nutritionist PhDs that say you should be vegan, and so many that are there's people now saying you should only eat meat. It's so crazy. And the crazy thing about it is you see anecdotes where they work out. Like, humans are so biodiverse that it's so interesting.
Incredible. You can be a healthy vegan, and you can also be a really crappy vegan.
Yeah.
And you can eat like crap, dude. Because
Jalapeno Cheetos are vegan.
Straight up. Let's go there. Let's talk about Oreos.
Yeah.
Let's live on Oreos and Cheetos and Pepsi and call
saving
it
the planet, man.
Yeah. Not gonna do good for your diet.
No.
They might not be the health conscious or athlete people, but they're vegan.
Yeah.
Vegan food is often just compiled. It's packed in with stuff that's just not good for you.
Right.
And it's vegan. I have nothing against it, but you can do it the right way, and you can do it healthy.
For
you
sure.
can eat raw vegetables. You can eat fresh, cooked, steamed vegetables and rice and these other type of things that produce, God, what's the other one there that's huge for vegans? Sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really good. I mean, you don't even have to be a vegan to like those.
Oh, I love sweet potatoes.
Dude, they're amazing.
They're fantastic.
So
sweet
good.
potato fries are my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that oil though.
The oil's no good. The oil's
at least
no
not
good.
at the restaurant. You gotta bake those things.
For sure. Typically do. I usually bake off. Like I said, I think I told you I like to cook, but I usually cook a lot of meals, pre-cook at home.
Yeah.
So I have 3 kids, so I like to be prepared. We usually do like a steak protein, a fish kind of protein, and a chicken.
Yeah.
And then one night we'll do maybe Mexican or like taco bowls. We love avocado. Everybody loves them.
Oh, delicious. I just got some today.
It's the best food out there. It's
They're
the whole
fantastic.
Food. It has everything you need.
Yeah.
It really does.
They're wonderful.
I could live off those and eggs.
I know, seriously. I literally had avocado and eggs before you got here.
There
Not
you
kidding.
go.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
It's funny. I was my fiance and I were both vegan for 6 months, and the first 3 months was phenomenal. Like, felt really good. I felt like my energy levels didn't wane at all. Like, I felt completely good. I felt vibrant and I did feel fresh.
Yeah.
And then months 4 through 6, not so good.
Oh no.
I think I got really thin. Like, I think it was just taking a toll on me not having enough protein in my diet.
What did you eat for your protein base?
A lot of nuts.
Yeah. Slow burning fat.
Yeah. So I have a allergy to peas and legumes, and like
which stinks.
Lenny's and Larry's cookies are all pea protein. Like a lot of the vegan proteins and stuff are pea based.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really eat any of that.
That's
and
a bummer, man.
But I mean, we were eating a lot of
lentil or
all those.
Really good protein too.
All those. Well, it's a legume, so it's
that's right.
no bueno.
Sorry.
No, you. How dare you? I'm so
forget.
offended. I'm so offended over here.
You can't eat those.
Yes, like peanut butter is the worst one.
Oh no.
Peanut butter, it's tragic. I still have it now and again, just like a little bit.
You have to.
Peas and lentils make my throat swell up.
Yeah.
So that's like bad territory. Peanuts, I get like a little bit of like eczema on my arms or something like that, or like around my lips. It's tolerable. Like, my gut still doesn't like it.
Man.
Like, I can feel when I have protein in my gut, like something's not wrong. But almond butter is fantastic, so it's okay.
Very good.
Yeah, I've got weird allergies, but yeah, months 4 through 6, I was just starting to I was feeling really low energy, really worn down. Like, I think just lack of protein. I was taking B12, I was taking fish oil.
Yep.
No, I wasn't taking fish oil. Because you get your omega-3s from like
Salmon,
flax
and flax.
well, not when you're vegan.
Not
but
when you're vegan, yes.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was supplementing with? They say you're supposed to supplement with when you're vegan. B12 is the big one, and there's one other one, and I can't remember what it is. But I thought I was doing it right, but I don't think my body's good for it. Like, so now I just eat like real food. Like, that's pretty much my bar. Like, I eat a lot of red meat, but it's all like I go to the regional market with my fiance every Saturday and get meat from Finger Lakes Farms. It's like grass fed. Cool. I shot a deer this year. So
cool, dude.
So I got a lot of venison to eat, which is like, about as from the source as you can get.
Pretty much right from there, dragging it in.
Yeah, literally dragged it and butchered it myself. That was quite an
you?
experience. Yeah.
Wow.
My dad's been doing it since he was 18,
That's
so
crazy,
it's
man.
about time for me to learn.
I honestly have had that on my list. I'm just scared to take a life.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that part of it.
It's not the most enjoyable part of it, I will say. It's like
It's just hard.
It is like way I'm about to pull the trigger and like your heart is pumping and like you definitely have a lot of adrenaline going, and it's because like you're taking a life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like in the back of my mind, the logical, like non-emotional in that moment part of me knows that the food chain is a thing, and I can respect that, and it's just it doesn't make it any more pleasurable in the moment, though.
If I was in fight or flight mode, survivor mode, no doubt I'd take that thing down.
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So,
I killed a squirrel one time with a BB gun and I felt bad.
Yeah.
Because he was eating my trash. Like, probably shouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
I felt super bad for years. I literally contemplated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know it's probably the stupidest thing.
Yeah. No.
It's like, oh.
I can relate. Man. I did the same thing with a chipmunk when I was a little kid.
It's like it's always thinking about everything possible, emotions and poor little life that I took. He could have had a home.
Yeah. So, like, it's interesting because, like I just said, I shot a chipmunk when I was a kid, and I like told my dad. Like, my dad grew up around guns and hunting and stuff, and it was very normalized. He likes to fish, all this.
Yeah.
And so that kind of stuff was normal to me, but I don't know. I had a BB gun. I went out back. I shot a chipmunk and I killed it. And I was like crying like a half hour later. I was like, what have I done? Like, because it was, honestly, there was no point in me doing that. Like that didn't feel justified to me. Like something was wrong because of that. I haven't cried over this deer because I'm putting it to use. Like it's not like a kill just for a kill. And there's a lot of people who say like, you need to do your part in the food chain and prune the population so that it can grow healthier like over the long term. But like to your point, like that one kill, like it doesn't make it any more pleasurable. Like it's still a brutal experience.
It is. But on the flip side, like I fish. I go to Massachusetts with my dad for years to a beach house, and we go right in and catch right off the shore. Yeah. And wheel it in and literally cook it. And I'll kill the fish. And it's
of course.
It doesn't. I don't know. Maybe because it's bigger, and I don't know. I don't get it. But it doesn't affect me like it does if I was to kill a deer or something.
So you just discriminate against fish.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Pescatarians.
No,
oh, man.
It's such an interesting world. But yeah, so I don't know.
It's one of those feelings, man. I would have like I know I could do it.
Yeah.
If I was sitting there and like.
Of course.
I could probably take it down.
Yeah.
Butchering it would be a little different.
Yeah.
I've dragged deer in. My neighbor used to be a huge hunter. I've dragged a couple of deer off. Hey, you want to make a couple bucks? Come pull this thing off my truck. Sure.
Yeah,
Me and
of
my
course.
buddy Chris would go over and yank the thing out of there.
Yeah.
Blood pouring out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
Stink to high heaven, but ugh.
Oh yeah, especially if you gut it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You can get some bad smells.
For sure. Definitely smell those.
Yeah, it was, that was a learning experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's something about it that I think is important to be like we go to the grocery store and we pick up chicken or we pick up beef or whatever, and like we don't even think about it,
It's already processed.
We don't even think about it.
We take it for granted.
Completely.
So imagine if it wasn't at hand.
Yeah.
You had to still go out. Like think of old school days, man.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
To butcher and process their own food, pluck their own chickens, like.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
And so, I don't know. A part of me also feels like it's healthy for me to be involved in that process, even if it's only one time a year or one time every 2 years. I don't know if hopefully I get a deer next year, but part of me just feels like it's good for me to be involved in that process and like have that appreciation and understanding of,
for sure,
the grocery store. After you've spent 4 hours butchering a deer, you go into the store, it looks a little different.
that butcher's back there cutting up a monstrous piece of beef, man.
Yeah.
That tenderloin didn't just make its way out of there all nice and pretty.
I know. You just get to pick it up off that piece of styrofoam. That looks good. Yeah. It's funny. It's crazy. Yeah, but I don't know. That's a whole other thing beyond diet itself, but I don't know. I try to eat real food.
Yeah,
circling back, just because it's funny. The original reason that I decided to try being vegan was for environmental reasons, and like not supporting the factory farms and everything like that. Right. And that's why now I got into hunting and killed a deer. That's why now I go to the regional market every Saturday and get my meat from local vendors. Like it's that part is still important to me, of course. Like 100%. I'm never gonna be the guy throwing the trash out my window, man. Like, so I don't know. But in terms of health, it's just different. And I feel like it's so interesting to me how biodiverse we are. And different things work for different people.
Cows are bad for our environment, unfortunately.
Their
poo.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It contaminates the soil, and that's a proven fact.
Yeah.
Which stinks because they do produce such a good thing, right? They produce the dairy, they produce the
meat.
There's the cheese, there's just so much that they can put out, but it's also that it's always a double-edged sword. Man. Yeah, that's how everything is in the world. Is it the methane in the poo that's bad inherently, or is it the quantity of it that we've commercialized it? I think it's the quantity, because I feel like it's just so much, and that's the ones that you're seeing where they're stuck in the and they can't move.
Well, those are the ones you get at the grocery store too.
Yes, sir.
And it's a weird predicament because like if, let's say Wegmans wasn't around and everyone had to go to, Finger Lakes Farms at the regional market to get all their meat. Like, they can't produce that much meat. Like, it's so weird. Like, the predicament we're in with like having so many more people now, and just
the world itself is overpopulated.
It's crazy.
There's people living on top of each other.
It is overpopulated but I think it's overpopulated for the technology we have now. Like, I think we're gonna see more things like the Beyond Meats and that kind of thing that maybe can substitute like some of the factory farming, and of course you have to unwind all the political nonsense that's got money tied up and all that. But and I know there's also some controversy with Beyond Meat right now and if it's actually healthy, and and of course, like, I think the concept is there. It's just not there yet, maybe. But
they need to fine tune the recipe. It's a good burger, man. I've had it numerous times. I've had it. I have one of my good friends is a vegan.
Okay.
Whole family. We've gone over and I'm like, dude, you want me to bring anything? Oh, no, we got it. And I mean, it was all vegan, everything.
Yeah.
Right down to the French fries, to the ketchup, to the. I mean, literally everything.
Yeah.
You know, and it was cool. It was an experience for me. Like, I've never been to a cookout where I'm not having a juicy medium burger that's fully cooked.
Yeah.
It was a Beyond Burger.
Yeah.
He also cooked us, again, not healthy, but chicken, I don't know, they were like fried chicken cutlets.
Okay.
But it was like
fake chicken?
Cauliflower. And
okay.
It was like really good, man.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. But it had other things in it that didn't make it so great.
You know? Yeah.
I was like, it's that fine line.
Yeah. I'm all for... That's why I'm just like real food now, because like going back to the
Whole
thing,
foods.
like Oreos are vegan, and it's like, but there's also French fries, but there's also like your fake sausage or things like that you see in the market, and you look at the ingredients label and it's like, what is half this shit? You know what I mean? Like, so it's
wild.
It is wild. We're moving in the right direction though. Like, we are 100%, which is awesome, but. No, we got way off track. I asked you about diet. It started going.
Things happen like that. That's why we're talking, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
Good. Got to get it out there.
Of course.
So.
Did I have anything else I wanted to ask you about? I don't think so.
I think we
asked you about how the show works, training,
training,
obstacle ideas,
diet, obstacles.
What else you got going on in your life right now?
Oh man, I'm drained. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need rest.
Just recouping from the
I'm gonna be
competition.
Literally doing recovery mode the next week, and just getting my body right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think physically I'm there. I'm gonna work on my core and like really strengthen my low end a little bit.
Just getting ready for Greensboro.
Just getting ready for that, man. I'm ready to go in there.
That's exciting.
And, like,
what are the dates on that?
We're driving down the 20th.
Okay.
It's a Thursday, I think. And it's that whole 20th to the 25th, I think.
Gotcha.
So.
I have a buddy down in Greensboro. At least I think he's in Greensboro. He's somewhere down. It's North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
He's somewhere down in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's in the Coliseum.
I actually owe him a phone call. I gotta hit him up. I would love to go to that, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it on that short of notice.
It's huge, man.
But
I will. I'll be posting all sorts of stuff in my story and.
I'm gonna be checking it out.
And whatever I can.
The Great Scott on Instagram.
Yep, that's me. I actually, my original name on there, my ninja name, quote unquote.
Ninja name?
The Reggae Ninja. I'm huge on reggae. I love
really?
it. I've listened to it. I had all my kids listen to it when they're young, and I'm talking about like traditional reggae. Like,
okay.
Good old school.
Yeah.
Reggae. None of the trash you hear on radio. Music nowadays, like, let's face it, it's not good. The pop is bad. Syracuse isn't a big music thing. It's a top 40 city.
Yeah.
That's what they're known for.
Yeah.
Outside here, though, like, I push reggae. It's what inspired all these musicians to create what they have. It was the basis and foundation of music. Like,
yeah.
All those upstrokes and offbeats and
it's more of
steel drum and
more of a culture than just let me create something that I can put on the top 40 station and make money off of.
Most definitely. It's easy listening. It's good on the soul and it's good on the mind. It's relaxing.
Yeah.
And there's also upbeat, dancing, skanking kind of stuff.
Of course.
You get moving and grooving. So
yeah.
It has every aspect. I love it. It's a full circle music. So.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. How did you stumble into that?
I've listened to it for the longest time, man. I grew up on classic rock.
Okay.
I grew up snagging my dad's Zeppelin tapes and Grateful
Dead. Got Zeppelin 4 right on the record player right now.
Man. Let's go. That's my stuff right there. Houses of the Holy is one of my faves.
Yes. Oh, I want that album so bad.
So good. So good. It's good quality music.
Yeah.
Floyd, another one. That was a music way before its time. Like,
We have Dark Side of the Moon too.
Listen to that opening.
Unreal.
Listen to the opening. Shine. God, I can't think of the.
I don't know the names of the songs.
Something about the diamond shine. I can't think of the it's a long song, but the opening is just so epic. And Government Mule has done a whole. I don't know if you've heard of them before.
I have.
They've done a whole Dark Side of the Moon revamp of their.
Really?
Yeah, they do their own version of it.
I'm gonna check that out.
Dude, check it out. It's sick, man.
All right.
Oh my god, it's so raw.
I will check that out.
They do Time. They do Money. They do. It's a whole Dark Side of the Moon. Album.
The thing that the reason I think that album is so incredible, and I don't see this today ever. And granted, I don't listen to a ton of new music, so who am I to say? But what that album does is it like the whole album is a song.
It's
like
amazing.
I think that, but like it all flows together.
It goes from one to the next, and you don't even need any. It just
they're not.
Right
it's
through.
not like they're separate songs. I mean, they are, but they very much. The music like flows together.
It's almost like a full movie.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's a full experience.
It is.
Which I think is just so cool.
Shine On You Crazy Diamond. That's the name
Shine
of the
On You
song.
Crazy Diamond.
That's
Okay.
Very first song.
I feel like such a fake. I don't even know the names.
It's alright. I only know like a few by name. But
Yeah.
all good stuff, man. It's like I said, way before its time. Stuff came out. It was like these kids were sitting in their rooms in the 70s listening to this.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
My
Hendrix is another one. I love him, man.
yeah.
Oh, so good.
Crazy. A little too short
Yeah.
on that one.
For
Unfortunately.
Sure. Yeah.
It's crazy.
He was a wild man. He lived in a crazy time too.
Yeah.
That was a fun time to grow up in, but also probably a hard time too.
Yeah.
Medical wasn't up to speed like
Mm-hmm.
we have now. Wasn't as
All the new shit you deal with that was they hadn't figured out yet.
Yeah.
And we still see it today.
it was all
I mean,
trial and error. Still,
it's
I
just-
mean, it's a lot more fine tuned now, but
yeah. It's crazy. All right, well, I'm going to be respectful of your time. Get you out of here.
I appreciate
Get
that.
your
I had
kids.
a blast. Dude.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Dude, I'm glad you came on. I
Thank
appreciate
you so
it.
much.
Of course.
I appreciate that.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
2 weeks
you.
from now in Greensboro.
I appreciate that as well. I will keep that rocking forward and hopefully get that Barbados trip and get top 3. So
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
work hard for it. I'm gonna go real hard.
Good. I look forward to seeing it on Instagram.
Cool.
All right.